We're live.
We're live and we're hanging out on a beautiful Tuesday evening. It's Dalibor and Eliana, and we're waiting for people to start watching. Hey, we already got ourselves a thumbs up. Somebody's watching, but there's no eyeballs. It's just a big thumbs up. It's probably just Spase hit the button. Hey, guess what, everybody? Welcome to...
Hello. That's delicious.
Welcome to That's Delicious for what's the date today? August 11th, 2020. Is it August 11th? Yeah, I checked the calendar. It is August 11th. Wow. It is I. Your face is always covered by that. It is me. Actually, the host of the show,
Ellie.
And the co-host, Dalibor. I'm just the one who handles the computer stuff. You're the actual star. Music by Nev. Thank you again, Nev, for an awesome job creating that theme song. Thank you to our big shot VIPs.
Chubby Charlie's Pizza, chubbycharlies.com, Brian Ambrozy at Prime Suspect, Ryan Gann, and Jordon Hiller at Jafer.
And
remember to check out our Patreon and become a big shop VIP.
You gotta speak louder.
Remember to check out our Patreon and become a big shop VIP. Patreon.com/Dalibor.
It sounded like you mumbled. I'm
supposed to.
Hey, also become a Mask-adonian. Check out those really cool masks that we have right there. You can go to bit.ly/MKD masks. Get yourself a really cool mask too. Be healthy, stay healthy, keep things healthy. Hey, look at that. What's
my God,
that?
I told you not to post that.
I'm not posting the video. It is you. So, Eliana, let me get this microphone out of the way. Obviously, you couldn't have your dance recital this year. So we decided, you know what? Let's do an at-home recital. We had the costumes, we had everything set up. Eliana came out dressed. We had the whole family there. Remember, Eliana came out dressed up in her two outfits. You had a costume change midway through. You danced songs. It was awesome. You did a great job. We were so proud of you. An at-home recital was actually a lot of fun, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of family there. We had popcorn and snacks and people, and that's all that mattered. And we had a lot of clapping at the end. It was live music. It was great. Well, not live music. It was recorded, but live dancing. Yep. Good job, Eliana. Everybody clap.
Clap.
Clap. Thank you, Ellie. That was awesome. You were so good. We got a special guest, Spase. But wait, before you leave, I'll call you back in a second for your joke after Spase and I are done. Anything going on? How's it going? You doing okay?
I'm doing good. We're doing online schooling for the first 2 months.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We found out.
We're switching to perks.
Yep. For the first few months, her school system is going to do online schooling. So I know a lot of folks are going through that right now. We're going to try to get, maybe try to get a teacher or two on of how to help us kind of figure out the best way to keep our kids focused. So that'll be kind of a fun episode to watch. So anyways, all right, Scootaloo.
Bye-bye.
She'll be back. Wow, that's a loud chair move there. I'm going to scoot over like this. And as I mentioned, joining me, Spase. Hey, Spase, how's it going? Let me get this set up. How's it going, Spase? What's up? You guys remember Spase? Let me do a full-size picture. There we go. The fully bearded Spase. How are you, my man? That thing is getting huge, dude. ZZ Top over here. How you doing, man?
I know it's good, man. Good. Not bad. To be honest, busy nowadays. Taking this quarantine as good as I can.
Yeah. That's good. You've been doing a lot of stuff. Obviously, you've done the Booze Nest. You have a lot of things. You guys have an event coming up, don't you? Why don't you give a shout out for the event?
So on August 19th at the Godfather Bistro Cigar Bar on 23 Mile, right after Shaner, we're launching the 4 cocktails that we actually created, or that I created for them. We're also going to have a 8-string guitarist, full-blown live music, drinks flowing all night. So if you guys have time, come by, check us out. Of course, for those that are 21 and up.
Of course, yeah, it'll be really cool. It'll be interesting to check out those drinks. It is the 19th, correct?
Correct. The week
Wednesday
from tomorrow.
Yep. Where can we find that info, by the way?
It is on my personal Facebook, as well as the Booze Nest Facebook and Instagram.
Check it out, the Booze Nest. Well, That's awesome because we're going to talk about doing stuff virtually because you've been doing your stuff virtually.
Yeah, sure.
Check this out, everybody. Bam. We are doing some big news, some fun news. We're going to do a virtual Macedonian festival this year. That's pretty crazy, right, Spase?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be obviously different than your everyday festival. And of course, with the executive orders going on and the pandemic itself, we still wanted to find a way that people can enjoy our culture. Correct me if I'm wrong with anything that I say as well, of course.
No, that's it. I mean,
a way
that's
to enjoy
exactly
the Macedonian cultural and just somewhat still get together, even though it's not the thousands upon thousands that usually show up at our festival.
Right. So as people know, we have usually we do this great big festival. I mean, 26 years up until now. This would have been the 27th year in person. And, obviously, again, we can't do that just because we get so many thousands of people showing up. And it's just, we want to make sure that we're safe and we're healthy. But we wanted to continue the tradition of doing something. And all of us right now are obviously folks are watching this. We've had some incredible success. Sorry, my nose is itchy right now. I just shaved, so I got little hairs everywhere. We had this. Your beard. You're not shaving. I still am. Anyways, we've had incredible success with streaming shows like this. Your streaming work. We did we've been streaming the live service or the services for the church to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers, thousands of viewers sometimes. And we thought, we have a really cool opportunity to do something a little different now, and maybe this will become a part of the live in-person festivals and events going forward. Let's put our know-how together, all of us as a community, all the folks that we've been talking to over the last several months here while we've been in the quarantine, the lockdown situation, staying at home. What if we do something really cool? And we realized, we can't do it in person. Let's do it online. People aren't traveling this summer like they want to. They haven't been able to go to, a lot of folks haven't been able to go to Macedonia. They haven't been able to visit family around the States. There's no, I think you broke the news about the convention, which is the annual event.
Yeah.
There are festivals shut down around the U.S., Macedonia, just different ethnic festivals, local festivals here in Michigan. We thought there's a really cool opportunity to reach a lot of people. And just some of the initial numbers we were looking at for possibilities, we can get I think we said 12 to 15,000 people can view this what we're planning is basically 2 full days of programming, 2 full days of online streaming programming. And we can get up to 15,000 people, we think, to watch us and become a part of it and kind of join us in celebrating the culture a little bit. And I think could be pretty cool. And I have a little, a few things that we had talked about. So you and I can go down this list. Is there anything else you want to say before we start going down the list?
Yeah, I mean, kind of to mention or back off of what you just mentioned about potentially thousands of watching this that are potentially going to be watching this.
Yep.
If you think just Easter alone, I think we had 9,000 people tuned in just to the church
almost 9,000 just
because
Easter.
of how it got shared as well.
Yep.
So that's gonna be the other thing. The more we share, it's gonna become nationwide as well.
And nationwide and even worldwide. Really, we were talking about it that now we actually get the chance to share this online festival, not just with the Metro Detroiters, not just with the folks in Michigan or the Midwest, but all around the U.S., all around the world, even people back in Macedonia, which may not be having festivals either, and they can see how we're kind of handling, working together. Yeah,
I mean, and at the same time, it's a way to continue.
Just like Dick Clark on New Year's Eve, for sure. That's what we're planning. Yeah.
Nice.
Duško Clarkovski. There you go, Duško Clarkovski. It's gonna be really cool, really interesting. I really feel like this is something that could be fun. I mean, a lot of us won't be, whether we have or haven't been going anywhere on the weekends or the weekdays. And this is going to take place. Oh, it's Wolf. One of the things that we're going to be doing is, a lot of folks have been gathering around their TVs, or they have. I mean, we've had people telling us they watch almost exclusively on their phones, whether it's the church service, whether it's just hanging out on our shows and things like that. or they will put something on when I've been spinning online. People have, let me adjust the camera a little bit here. When I've been spinning online and playing music, DJing during this whole lockdown quarantine situation, people had it on when they were doing fire pits. They would just put the music on and listen to the music and chat and hear me say really fun, often stupid things. But it was a lot of fun. It's a way to kind of stay connected and having a good time. And right now we're planning essentially around 12 plus hours worth of programming, and we'll kind of give you guys a little some of the rough schedules that we're working with. We got about 2.5 weeks, and we're obviously looking for volunteers. We're looking for help. We're looking for ideas, people who want to be on this with us, and you can start to see the list there. And maybe we'll go a little bit down this list and talk about some of the things that we're looking to do. Do you want to lead off with a couple of these?
So speaking of that, I did already get a message from somebody saying they were interested in actually joining us during the broadcast.
Excellent.
On my status, so I messaged him, and hopefully we can get that to work out. Because for those of you that don't know, kind of to jump into all this, it shows online as obviously everything's gonna be streamed online on our Facebooks, our Instagrams, YouTube, pretty much the whole 9 yards. But like for some of these aspects that we're soon going to get into, like the live music, the singers, the musicians, of course, with a limitation, because we're only allowed X amount of people in the building at a time, we might be able to bring some people into the hall, because that actually is where you and I will be broadcasting from.
Yep, it's a great point. We're going to be broadcasting from the Macedonian Cultural Center, and even a little bit from St. Mary's, which is in the same complex.
Yep. And we'll probably also be at the golf outing that weekend.
Yep, we're going to do the golf outing as well. It's really going to touch on a bunch of different areas and locations. We're going to be bringing people in who aren't even on our location, right? So we might be going into people's homes for like quick shout outs and check-ins, and you might have Velko and Strelko from some selo are calling in to say hello to everybody in Detroit, whatever. But I think there's some really cool opportunities, to do that. So let's go down this list. We'll get into some of the live stuff because that's actually even a part of it too. So you mentioned the music.
To jump in,
Sorry, go ahead.
We also have the kids programming with Sunday school.
Where
I know when we mentioned it, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're gonna have a way in which the parents can actually tag not tag their kids, but go to the church website and put off the materials that will actually be featured within that segment of the show.
You can see it. So again, we're gonna try to get. We want kids programming because obviously kids are a big part of this. They are our future generations. So we've already started reaching out to some of our Sunday school teachers. And please, if you're part of the Sunday school, one of the teachers or parents, let us know. We're just kind of in the early processes right now. So drop us a line. We want to work with you guys. We would love to do, just like a fun little session where we can have a couple of the Sunday school teachers or people whether it's in the Sunday school classroom or in the hall or whatever, doing some crafts. We can have the coloring pages up on the church's website. We can have little stories about, religion. Maybe there's like a story time or a history or just, some fun stuff. We can even call in some kids to recite, I don't know, Macedonian poems or something. I think there could be something really fun that we can do for for Saturday. We're thinking Saturday morning and Sunday morning. I wanted to touch on the music though. Let's start with the music, the very top thing on that list. Music, obviously the people come to the festivals for three things: for people, because they want to enjoy each other's company, for food, which we'll get to as well, and music. And so there's nothing better than seeing the bands play and feeling hype and dancing and all that kind of stuff. Macedonians and all people from the Balkans, we dance by holding hands. So it's obviously, I don't think you're going to be having people wearing plastic gloves coming anywhere anytime soon. But we've contacted some musicians and bands right now. And again, if there are any singers or musicians, we've had some on our show, obviously, and that's Dalicious and other programs. We would love to have little sessions, whether it's like an hour at a time, maybe an hour session in the morning, an hour in the afternoon. We do have a pretty full schedule that we want to break it up into a nice big schedule to have the bands play music, right? There's nothing better than hearing the live music. And of course the band, if it's a band and they're willing to come to the hall, that's great. Or if they want to do it from their home, that works as well. But we're going to have bands. The plan is to have bands and singers and musicians and just to kind of play a little bit and be much more relaxed. Obviously, they don't need to dress up in any formal way. But I think it'll be a lot of fun to hear. And maybe they can even do like requests and things like that. Right.
Yeah.
Today's
and
space.
I know at the same time, I don't know how you feel about this, but even if it's something up and coming and maybe you want to pull a 5 or 15-minute slot.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure we can also do something like that as well.
Yep, exactly.
Like you said, and at the same time, we plan on doing this 6 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. And
yep.
as much as some of you probably like listening to us, 12 hours of us might be a lot.
Right. Yep. I don't like listening myself for 5 minutes, let alone 12 hours.
Right. So even though we're going to have everything somewhat segmented into hours, that doesn't mean a 5, a 10, a 15, or 30-minute segment is not available.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch. It's funny because you'll want to watch this whole thing because, we may have the first half hour of something might be music or it might be, some of the kids programming. All of a sudden, we're going to come in with a singer or come in with a really cool interview. Or like the next line item I have here is the cooking show. We talked about, there's a lot of I've been watching on Facebook all the fantastic food that people in our community have been making, and they're posting videos. And so I see you guys, and I see you people, women, men who are doing doing all the cooking and baking at home. We want to learn. I want to learn how to make Macedonian food. Budik. I said Budik, Tafche, Gadafche, Kifli, whatever. And I've been watching the folks make that. We're going to, the goal is to have chefs or even people from home that love to cook, hop on and give, maybe a demonstration of how to cook something. And if it's something, obviously, you can't obviously make a full Macedonian meal in a half hour or an hour. So we may break it up into segments. We may check back in with them. We may do some certain things, but the goal is to learn how to make, we have a little bit of a cooking show, maybe how to make how to add spices or how to prepare foods. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
at the same time, it's not just. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah. I was gonna say it's not like it doesn't have to be formal either, just like you said.
Right.
So although we're doing it in this route, I think kind of like to mention like that comedy show and the cooking show. It could come in twofold. You could have a 5-minute comedy skit, and then the next person in line jumps in.
Yep. Yeah, and that's so that's the next one
that as well.
Yep, we're planning on having a comedy show on that Saturday night. Again, we'll show the temporary schedule. So we want to have comedy. So if you're a Macedonian comedian, or if you can tell jokes in Macedonian, even better. Otherwise, you're stuck on listening to me, and maybe I'll get my brother or you, Spase. We'll figure something out to tell some really good kind of good. We're gonna. The nice thing about it is if that's at nighttime, we don't necessarily have to be G-rated. The only G will be Gospodin Dalibor, but who knows? We're going to also do interviews, obviously. We're going to interview the priests. We're going to interview each other. We're going to interview all kinds of people, church members, business owners, the golf tournament winner. We're going to try to do that. We're going to have the religious services, obviously, because, the whole purpose, the whole reason we have this festival in the beginning anyways, is based around the church. So we're going to live stream those as a part of the programming. And this is a really cool one. We're going to have potentially wine tasting and liquor tasting. And you want to talk a little bit about how we could be doing that? About what that might be?
So with these two, this is potentially what I'll end up doing as a segment. So with these two, I have a few ideas, so I don't want to give too much out there until I actually decide what it's going to end up being. But it's going to go 3 ways. I'll go the wine tasting, which is easiest. Probably what we'll end up doing there is either myself or someone else that we potentially pull in will feature Macedonian wines that you can easily buy within our area.
Yep.
Now, if there's any stores out there that would like to
That's a great point.
maybe show some new products that they have, or if there's even for any of these segments, if there's anyone that wants to sponsor a segment,
Yes, that's a
that
great
is
point. Also,
actually another option. So what we're doing is similar to what you see on your screen now. We're kind of going to have a ribbon towards the bottom of the screen.
it'll be Spase and me right there talking. You
showing,
might see, yeah, exactly.
yeah. Yeah, so there might be different types of ribbons, and that ribbon or your logo, similar to that Dalicious logo here, would be featured for that hour via the sponsorship. So I don't know if we want to maybe go through the list first and then talk about sponsorship options, or
Yeah, we'll
want
do
to
that. We'll
mention
go
that
through the
since I
list
brought it
first.
up?
Yeah, so I mean,
So,
it would look like that. So like what Spase is
yes.
saying, it would look like that along the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue. So yes, so the liquor tasting, for instance, the drinks where you talked about the wine, and then you're actually coming up, you're concocting.
Yep.
We don't want to spoil it, but there's something very cool that you're working on that people will definitely want to watch, especially the folks that are going.
There's probably there's probably been a few drops here and there on social media of what has been happening with the Booze Nest. So that is also something that's potentially going to be featured.
Yep. So it'll be very cool.
Yeah. So there's going to be different avenues of each one. Depending the ideas we come up with, I know at least for my segments, I probably want to publish something within the next week. That way, if I am featuring wines or certain liquors, we give people time to actually go in and buy it. Or
Definitely.
I could recommend places where you can grab these items, because it's one thing for me to taste the wine and give you a review, but we also want to pull in the ideas and the thoughts of other people, which is where it's going to become way more interactive.
Yes.
So what I'll end up doing is it's going to get turned into a Q&A towards the end of each of my segments.
So again,
I'm sure the same is going to happen with the cooking show and whatnot.
Yep. So to that point, for the cooking show, for the liquor or wine tasting, if you're a company that wants, if you're a store or a business or a restaurant that wants to kind of sponsor some of this stuff, maybe if you want to sponsor a couple bottles, let us know, and then get in touch with Spase. Again, we'll have all our contact information here at the end and on the Facebook event page where you can find us. Get a hold of us, and then we'll make sure that people know where they can go to pick these up ahead of time, so that they can, I guess you could say, they can play along with us as you're mixing the drinks live and doing certain things there. They can do it at home as well, and you'll have the list of these along the way. So that's very cool. I'm really excited for that. They're becoming really popular these days. So yes, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
And even the ones that Mike mentioned, like the whole tutorials of wines that he used to do when he was on your show. I'll be honest, it might not be as expertise-esque as him because I'm not a som, but at least for the liquor, I can guarantee some knowledge or a majority of the knowledge on that end. So I definitely recommend. And again, I'll kind of mention, if you want to become a sponsor of any of these hours, just like you showed earlier, reach out to us. And I think later in this video, we may be mentioning some of the sponsorship as well.
Right after this, we'll show it.
But I know at least for the ideas that we have ahead, they're everything on your screen, going from live music, kids programming, a cooking show, a comedy show. The less time Dolly was on that, the better. The more laughs we'll get that way.
That's very true. But there are all kinds of segments available. Let's get to that, because we're getting pretty close to ending time here. We're even going to look at things like learning Macedonian dance lessons or Macedonian sayings or things like that. So it's going to be a really fun time. A lot of stuff is going on. Let me switch to this next page here real quick. There's stuff we are planning on doing in person. And I'll tell you we'll kind of tell you what we mean by that. Obviously, there's the golf tournament. So if you guys are into golfing, they're still taking registrations, I think, until next week. Don't quote me on it, but they're still taking registrations. So go to, and you know what, maybe I'll post a link here. Go to the Nativity of the Virgin Mary Facebook page, and then you'll find the link in there for the tournament. We'll also post it on the event page for this. we're still doing our annual festival book. We're going to print some out. We're also going to do it online. And again, online gets it reach. Usually we just print them out and that's it. This year, because we're doing it online, it's going to be out in front of way more people. Bless you, Rona. It's going to be out in front of way more people. And like I said, we're going to get these printed as well. You can sponsor video segments, whether it's a segment or a half hour or an hour. We're going to work with that. We're going to have push pay donations, right? The church right now we have a really good way of doing donations to the church. And then, so really the whole thing for all of this is we're doing it for free. Spase and I and everyone's going to be volunteering, but the goal is to raise funds for the church and the hall. So we have the push pay link already out there. We'll post it again, but we're going to have that push pay link going throughout the entire 2 days of the event. We really encourage people to donate as much as they can. If they like something, donate, because that means that we're doing something good and it's something that we would do again. Talk about the carry-out kabapi and maybe the merchandise a little bit here. Spase.
So by the end of this week, I know me and you are going to head over to the hall soon just to finalize some details with them. But we are going to be setting up a carry-out menu for food as far as your traditional festival menu. Exact details, again, please don't call me because we might get a little delayed.
We don't know. We're not 100% sure yet.
Yeah. We're hoping exactly details can be released by Monday or Tuesday-ish. And I'm probably adding a few days to that already just to be safe.
That's fine. That's okay.
So we're guaranteeing that's out within the next week or so.
We're gonna have carry out food. I mean, that is cool. So you don't, even though you're not there at the festival, you can do a drive up. Just let us. You could do either call ahead, or if you show up there, you can just buy a few carry out.
So one thing I do suggest is I think we want to use the whole call ahead feature a little bit more. And for that aspect, I believe during the video, we'll probably end up finding a way where, especially because of the whole limitations within the hall, and because of all the executive orders out. So what we'll probably end up doing is the carry-out orders will go through the hall. I'm assuming, don't quote me because I'm not a chef, but most orders will probably be ready in 15 to 30 minutes unless we get backed up. Another option we did want to potentially offer is also a bulk order. So
great point.
Obviously, we're going to have a lot of families that are watching this. I'm sure with this menu, not only will we have individual plates already set up, but we're also going to set up a plan where if you and your family are watching, or that weekend you have your extended family coming over as well, you can probably order a tray or a half a tray as well.
That's fantastic. And
so
you can
stay
at home with you can stay at home with the family. Come by, pick up a tray, pick up a family pack, go home, sit at home with the family, watch the show. Oh, it's a fantastic idea. It's not even like for dinner. It's just you show up and that's cool. And we're also going to do merchandise as well, potentially. So we're going to try to set everything up in front of the hall if we can. We're still we're figuring all this stuff out. This is why we need volunteers. Try to set up everything up in front of the hall. So if you do come by to buy food or pick up a festival book or whatever, you can also take a look at some of the merchandise we have there, the T-shirts. We're going to try to get masks made. We're going to try to get all the cool stuff that we usually have at the festival. All that stuff goes towards, again, all that funding goes towards the church. It goes towards the different groups there, the dance groups, the youth groups, and more, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff. And we're going to be releasing these, the updates as often as we can. Right now, I'm just kind of showing a little bit of an example schedule. So like Saturday, you're looking, right now this is divided a bit into like 1 hour blocks. So you have the kids show, you have live music, cooking, drink tasting, more live music, comedy. Sunday, you have that show there. Spase just ran off because there's a ravenous animal is attacking, or maybe he's getting another drink from me. But you guys can see the schedule we have developed. So you'll be able to stream all of this online. And I think, see, there we go. Now I'm going to have to go get myself a drink. You're going to be able to see all of this online, and I think it's a lot of fun to experience. So with that said, we're not going to spoil too much because we're still working on things. get a hold of either Spase or I on Facebook. If you have our phone numbers, contact us. You can go to the
I
Facebook
saw
page.
a few
Again,
friend requests come in during this video as well, so I'm hoping some of those
perfect.
are
there you go. And check out
messages
that
or
email right
ideas that
there.
they have as
Email
well.
us. Email us if you want to be a sponsor or a volunteer. Makfest2020@gmail.com. If you want to be a cook or a chef, if you want to teach and do some segments on music, if you want to talk about sports, if you want to talk about culture or tell cool stories about Macedonia, drop us a line, and we're going to have a really fun schedule. And there's so much to talk about, but we'll kind of let things start to happen throughout the next couple weeks here. Again, August 29th, let me go back up to the day here. Bam, August 29th and 30th. Spots, it's going to be a lot of fun. Get ready. We're going to have a blast. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. I hope everybody else is ready. What's that?
Should we consider this the ribbon cutting for volunteer and other idea needs?
Yes, here we go.
So,
Eliana, cut the ribbon
with
for
that-
volunteer other names. Just go in front of the camera. Let's go.
There we go.
There you go. Just cut the ribbon. There you go.
Thank you. But we are going to have jokes of the day both days, right?
Of course, we'll have to do full jokes of the day for both days by this little one. But anyways, Spase, thank you again.
Right.
Again, check out the Booze Nest.
Thank you, buddy.
We will, if you're, go to do a search for Virtual Makfest 2020, and we'll get in touch with you there. Makfest2020@gmail.com. Spase, thank you very much, buddy. We'll chat soon.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. That is very cool. Are you excited about the virtual Macedonia Festival? Yeah, I know I am. Here, let's go like this real quick. Bam. Lean in towards me a little bit. There we go. All right. Now it's time for Eliana's
joke of the day. All right.
Is it work? There you go.
My friend asked to hear a joke about potassium. I said, K.
I get it. I like it. I like science jokes. This has been Eliana's
joke of the day.
Hey, wait. We got a new one. Lean in a little bit this way. Let me do this. This might be easier. All right. And now the
dad word of the day?
Dad word of the day. What's the?
Blush.
Blush. Oh, this is when I tried to tell you, bless you, and oh my gosh, when you had just a crazy sneeze, and then instead it came out as?
Blush.
Blush. You. Blush you. There you go. Blush. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching this episode of That's Delicious for August 11th. Thank you to Spase. You can check them out at the Booze Nest. We're really excited about the annual festival. Again, reach out to us, Spase and I. Go to the Facebook event page. A lot of you are already seeing. If you have any suggestions, you want to volunteer, you want to sponsor, we're open right now, August 29th, 30th. We'll see you on the next episode of
That's Delicious.
That's Delicious. Bye, everybody.
Bye.